listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in the Gwinnett land, all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, 74 degrees going up to a high of 87, so that's going to be pretty nice. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm chewing. I've been rushing. I had a busy morning already. I had to rush back, set up my studio, get everything ready so I can come and talk to you guys. You know, one part of me was like, well, you know, you're out right now. I had an emergency thing I had to do this morning. And I was like, you know what, don't rush. Just go ahead. Do the show tomorrow. But deep in my heart, I was like, nope, I got to do my show today. So I'm here. So forgive me for chewing. Because I had a hash brown. Well, I was trying to have a hash brown. Anyway, normally I don't eat this early. But I was like, I'm not going to do it. Because I'm not going to get back in time. And I made it back kind of like in the nick of time. Nonetheless, I'm here with you guys. So bear with me as I gather myself and get that all together, and then it should be a great show still. All right, so good. Hope you're having a good morning today. My day started early, as you can hear. And right now, I'm trying to get myself mentally in that space where I can talk freely and make sense when I'm talking to you guys, because I feel a little razzled and frazzled right now, but that's okay. All right, so today is what is the national day today? I don't even know. I don't even know what the national day is today. Y'all know I normally have everything set up, but this is one of these days where, I have to, I look out for a lot of people, and so today my uncle had to go get blood work, and of course, I do what I do, and I figured we would be back in time, and that didn't happen, and it's okay, because I've learned to love all of it, all of the hectic, all of the. I think I told y'all after my little doggy died, and it hurt me so bad. But what it taught me was to love all of it, like all of the craziness, all of the frazzleness, all of it. So I ain't gonna really complain because I have made a choice to love it all. Because at some point I won't have it to love, and that's important for you to understand. Sometimes you just have to love it all, because at one day, you won't have that stuff to love. And yes, some of that stuff is annoying and you don't want to love it all like that, but you miss it when it's gone, even though it gets on your nerve, and you miss it when it's gone. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. So today is National Ants on a Log Day. I'm not making this up. That's what today is. National Ants on a Log Day. Now, I have no idea who decided to make that a day, but today is National Ants on a Log Day. So, there you have it. That's the national. No food today. I don't have no food for you, but today is National Ants on a Log Day. All right? All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. We're going to do our horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thosson for today. What is today? Today is Tuesday. Tuesday, September the 8th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. All right. Lord vitality could affect your work. Secret affairs eventually will backfire on you. You hear what they say, Aries? If you got a secret affair going on right now, baby, just know it's going to backfire. And you better be prepared for what's happening when it backfires. You will be wise to socialize with as many people as possible. You need to socialize because you out there having a secret affair, and it's going to backfire on you. You need to have somebody so you can have somewhere to go live. That's all I'm saying. Because it's going to backfire. It's going to be ugly too. Taurus. Focus on what's important rather than spreading yourself too thin and accomplishing little. Don't bother getting even. They'll make themselves look bad. Your ability to take hold of the situation will surely bring you popularity and leadership. Listen here. Focus on what you got going on right now. Don't spread yourself too thin. Trust me, that is not fun because nothing gets done. And you get so much more accomplished when you narrate everything all. I had to learn that the hard way, y'all. I'm just talking from experience. Michael said the first part, I'm saying the second part. Focus on what you're trying to get done. Don't spread yourself too thin. I know there's a lot of times you just want to do this, and people asking you to do that, and you want to do it all. Nothing really gets accomplished that way. I know because I've been there many times. Gemini. If you've been under stress and worrying about older members of your family, it's time to come to terms with the situation. Heart-to-heart talks will clear up vague issues. Your outgoing nature will surprise others today. So you're going to surprise some folks today with your outgoing nature today, Gemini. Yeah, and heart-to-heart talks, they'll clear up some vague issues. Like if there's something you need to get off your chest today, Gemini, have a heart-to-heart. Not a blame to blame, a heart-to-heart. When you have a heart-to-heart, when you talk things through, 9 times out of 10, you can get it solved. But when you don't talk about it and let it fester, it only gets worse. That's all I'm saying. Heart-to-heart, baby. Cancer. Praise will be yours if you've been pursuing your goals. Try to curb your bad habits. Your anger may be impossible to contain if you get into debates with family members. Listen here, Cancer. Don't you debate with no family members today, because you're going to get mad. It's going to be ugly. Don't do it. So when you feel yourself getting all huffy, just go to your corner, sit still, be quiet, and just know that this too shall pass, and it's going to all work out for the good. All right? All right. Leo, don't blow situations out of proportion. You've been in a rut, and you need to do something that will help you break the pattern you've fallen into. Try to get everyone involved. It will help bring you closer together. Listen, you've been in a rut, right? Do something different. Try to do something new. Break that pattern. You don't have to stay there, Leo. You don't have to stay there, and try not to blow stuff out of proportion. Don't make a big deal. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Y'all know that old saying. Stop trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. Not today, Leo. Don't do it. I'm just saying. Virgo, you could be tempted to overspend on unnecessary items. Perhaps partnerships will be favorable and contracts can be signed. All right. Do not confront situations unless you are sure you have a good understanding of the dilemma. Look, Virgo, just leave the situation alone until you have all the facts. Do not confront the situation until you have all the facts. Because 9 times out of 10, if you don't have all the facts, you're going to blow the situation out of proportion. It's going to become a mess, and then everybody's going to be mad at you. So just don't do it. I'm just trying to help you out. That's all I'm saying. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song and bring you more of the horoscope. Brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett show. Stay tuned.
I've been thinking about you. I'm waiting for it all to come true. I'm longing to hear you say, you know that I miss us. I wanna be the one that you trust, 'cause you have stole my heart away. There can't be no
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Notable Astrologer Michael Thyssen. And we're going to pick it up with Libra. Romantic encounters will develop through colleagues. Yeah. Relatives will not agree with the way you're dealing with your personal problems. Take care of the needs of elders in your family. Yeah, you're going to have some romance going on at the work. And here's the thing, Libra. I done told y'all them stories about that on at work romance. Sometimes that junk don't work out and you got to see that person every day. I had one of those. It was nice while it was going. It was like you see each other, y'all make googly eyes at each other. And when we broke up, it was like, ugh, right? And then everybody knew because everybody saw you making googly eyes when it was all good. And then when it wasn't so good, everybody was looking at you like, wonder what happened to them. You know how they do. You know how they do at work. Wonder who did it? What she did? Wonder who he talking to? Who he sleeping with? And God forbid one of y'all start dating someone else on the job, which is what happened. I didn't date anybody on the job, but he did. And she came to my desk one day, and she's like, "I just want to make sure that I'm not disrespecting you." And I was like, "You're not. Just tell him to stay away from my desk every day after lunch. I'm done with him." She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yep, come through here right after lunch. He'll be standing right at this desk," which he was every day. And we had broken up. So I'm just saying, Libra, watch the at work romance. That's all I'm saying. Scorpio, focus and concentrate on yourself and your future. Be honest in your communication and don't lose your cool if someone backs you into a corner. Woo, you could have a change of heart if an old flame waltzes back into your life. Oh, Lord, Scorpio. You could have a change of heart. Now, before you have that change of heart, you may want to ask yourself, why are they an old flame? They could be your present flame. Obviously, something went wrong to make them an old flame. I'm just saying. I know sometimes it's tempting to go backwards, but you might want to ask yourself before you do that, why is this person my old flame? Why are they not your present flame? Check it now. Yeah, don't let it happen. Before you have a change of heart, make sure you know. Sometimes you can grow though. Sometimes it was just too early. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Be careful and check the facts of why the person is an old flame versus a present flame. Maybe the timing was off. I don't know. Just check it. Make sure it wasn't nothing crazy. If it was something that was like, okay, the timing was off. You know, he was moving here, I was moving there. You know, now we're back in the same town and we can get together. Could be nice. I watch a lot of Hallmark channels just in case y'all don't know. That's what normally happens on Hallmark. Hallmark is one of my favorite channels because I'm a romantic at heart. Sagittarius, look closely at motives and honesty in your personal encounters. You may need to lend an ear to an old friend. Problems with your partner could be reaching a high level of concern. Sag, if you got some problems going on with the one you love, you may be reaching some high levels of concern right there. I don't know. Y'all might have to go talk to somebody. Sometimes it's good to talk to somebody. You know, sometimes we just try to figure out everything on our own. We're too close to the situation a lot of times. Go and talk to somebody. It's okay. And I know for black folk, we don't like talking to nobody. You talking about talking to a therapist, like, I ain't going to no therapist. Go talk to somebody. Somebody who don't know you, who's not going to, even though people you love may not judge you, you think they're judging you because you're judgmental. That's the problem. A lot of times when we think people are judging us, that's because we're judgmental. So we don't tell anybody anything because we don't want them to judge us. Stop being judgmental, and then you won't think everybody's judging you. But in the meantime, y'all better go talk it out, especially if you love each other. Anything you love is worth fighting for. That's all I'm saying. Capricorn, your lack of interest in your partner is a problem. Okay, so I think I've just read, 5 or 6 horoscopes, and they all talking about relationships. It's a relationship day. Must be a full moon tonight. All right, lack of interest in your partner is a problem. Romance will be on your mind, and chances for ideal connections are in the works. You need an outlet. Okay, so you're not interested in your partner, but you got romance on the rise. Romance on your mind. Okay, so what's wrong with that picture, Cap? I'm just saying, Capricorn, what's wrong with that picture? You ain't interested in the one you with, but you got romance on your mind. Do you have another prospect in mind? That could be the problem with that could be your problem right now with your partner. You see somebody else you got your eye on. So your partner is not that appealing to you. Let me just say this, and I'm going to move on to Aquarius. The grass is not always greener on the other side. So just make sure that the grass you got Don't need fertilizer, because that could be all you need. Just a little just sprinkle on a little fertilizer, and it'll get healthy again. However, if you think that the grass is green on the other side, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna move on now to Aquarius. You will learn a great deal from people with different cultural backgrounds. Too many opportunities and too many changes going on. Take that long overdue vacation if you can. Aquarius, you got a lot going on. You're going to learn some stuff, but you got a lot of opportunities. That could be a good thing and a bad thing, because here's the problem with that. The good thing is you have the opportunities. The bad thing is now you got to make a choice on what to choose. I know, that's hectic. So take a vacation. That's long overdue. Think it through. Look at which opportunity is going to be the best opportunity for you. Don't just jump at the money, because money is not always a good thing. I'm just saying. All right, and my fellow fish Pisces. All right, here we go, y'all. It's a relationship day. You will easily charm members of the opposite sex. It's a favorable time for real estate, investments, and money-making opportunities to be successful. Yes. You need to interact with others if you want to expand your knowledge. Ooh, that's a good horoscope right there. Listen, fish, I don't know about you, but I'm all about that investments and money-making opportunities. And it's a good time to learn something new. I got to tell y'all, I'm on this journey to read a book a week. I'm going to do it. I don't care if I have to. I'm going to do it. And so yesterday was supposed to be my first day. Of course, I missed it because life got in the way. And today I was supposed to got up very early this morning. I missed it because I got in the way. But I'm going to read that book. So by Monday, I'll be reading a new book. So my goal is to read a book a week. All right. So, all right, fish, we got a real interesting horoscope today. So let's work on those things and make them come to fruition. Thank you for the horoscope brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thies. And I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. with more of those. So now let's get on to some news you can use. I know. I'm still trying to pull it together, y'all. If I seem all over the place, that's because I am. That's the one thing about broadcasting live, right? You can't record and erase. You gonna you're gonna get the real me up close and personal with all my mess going on and all my see, I just lost my train of thought. All of that, you get all of that live, and some people don't like that. Listen, I'm real. I used to tell my daughter. My daughter is an actress and a model and a businesswoman and she's all those things. She's an entrepreneur. She's all those things, right? But she's an actress. And I used to say to her, man, I would suck as an actress. She said, why you say that? I said, because it's really hard for me to pretend. Like, really hard. Like, for me to pretend, I don't think I would make a great actor or actress. Because you got to go into, if you want to be a great actress, you got to go in. You heard of the method technique. They become the person that they're acting out. I ain't trying to do all that. Like, I'm not good at acting. I'm not good at pretending. So I would suck at that. All right, anyway. Gwinnett Health Director Dr. Audrey Arona said everybody needs to get a flu shot because of the pandemic. Yes, I'm not getting one. I'm sorry, Doc. I've never gotten one. I'm not getting one. You know, I'm kind of weird like that. Ever since the Tuskegee experiment and I learned about that, I've never been the same. Like, you're not going to test anything on me. I'm not, unless I go to the hospital and I can't speak for myself. Yeah, I'm not signing up for anything. And I know that, listen, I look at science stuff. I told y'all I watched this movie called OA over the weekend. And the girl, she had a near-death experience. I'm just going to tell you the gist of it real quick. I'm not going to tell you the whole story because you might want to watch it if you like this kind of stuff. It kept me glued to the TV like all Saturday. But she had a near-death experience. So it was her and four other people. They all had near-death experiences. And this guy, he was a doctor and he was a scientist. And he wanted to understand near-death experiences. So instead of having them volunteer, he kidnapped them. And he was doing experiments on them. But he was so nice. Like, he was just as nice as he wanted to be. But he kidnapped them. He kept them in these little glass rooms. And they ate something that looked like dog food that came down a chute. And, yeah, I'm not getting tested. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not taking the flu shot, the pneumonia shot. Not taking any of those. But anyway, the doctor has said, she said, as the COVID-19 virus pandemic continues, it is not, she's saying you need to get the flu shot. Because the flu season is coming. And some people my mom gets a flu shot every year. I'm just not getting it. I haven't even taken the coronavirus test yet. Like, I feel like they're going to put something up my nose. Now, if they took some blood from me and to take the test, I would take it. But if they got to stick something up my nose and I don't know what's on the tip of it, I'm not doing it. Anyway, Gwinnett, Newton, Rockdale Health Department Director Audrey Arona said the community should consider getting flu shots soon as the fall approaches. That's in about 2 weeks, y'all. This comes after the U.S. has struggled for about 6 months to contain this freaking pandemic. At least they can control the flu. But you don't want, especially if you are prone to sicknesses. My mom has, she has some illnesses, and so she gets her flu shot. She's older, so she gets her flu shot every year. I'm just not getting it. So listen, I'm hard-headed. You know what they say about a hard head. Y'all know the saying, hard head makes a soft behind. Yep, that's probably going to happen to me. But right now, I'm not speaking that into existence because I'm not going to get the flu. And I'm not taking the flu shot. So, but for those of you who want to take the flu shot, please do. Because flu season is approaching. I did get sick last year. I did. I think I caught the flu. I was in bed. I was sniffly and snotty and achy. And I drank some, let's see, what did I drink? Alka-Seltzer Plus. That's what I drank. And I slept it through. I worked it out. But yeah, I felt terrible. I'm just going to say that. But I've heard people say they got the flu shot and felt terrible. Heck, that's what I've heard. So, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go to this song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
I wake up on Sunday morning, feel that ache inside my heart. I can hold on any longer, seconds from falling apart. Wasn't like any other summer, soon it left that warm summer breeze. Although you gave me your promise that you were never gonna leave, but you did, and you walked
So Gwinnett is, let me tell y'all, Gwinnett is making things happen. There are some really exciting projects coming down the pike. I told y'all last week about the Rowan project that's coming. That's going to bring like 100,000 jobs, and I thought that was pretty exciting. It's kind of like Research Triangle in the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina. And I used to live in North Carolina because my husband works in pharmaceutical, and we moved there because of the pharmaceutical industry there and the Research Triangle there. We're going to have our own research center right here in Gwinnett County called Rowan. And so I was excited about it. Now, when I read that, I text my husband, like, man, they about to put a research triangle over here in Gwinnett. And he was like, what? Right? So he wanted more information about it. I said, it's a little bit off, but I know if it's anything to do with the pharmaceutical industry, he would love it. He is in pharmaceutical manufacturing. And so anytime we hear about these type of projects, we get excited because, he knows that stuff, like he knows his name. And it'd be nice. So he works in Marietta. It'd be nice to be able to just drive like 3 miles up the road and be at work. But anyway, they got a new project now. Well, it's not new. It's been underway for some time now. And it's water innovation. I think that's pretty cool. Now, if you have not gotten a chance to go visit our water plant here in Gwinnett County, please do. Now, I got to tell you, it looks gross when you see it, but the process it goes through an amazing process and becomes clean. And they tell you how they recycle and how they cleanse and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting. And that technology is going to spill over into the new water tower innovation that's being built right now here in Gwinnett County. And that project is going to bring in 25,000 jobs. But what's most importantly, is going to bring in training so people can learn about this kind of technology and then they can employ people here. So that's exciting. So there's a lot of things going on here in Gwinnett County, which is one of the reasons I love it. And I will continue to support it any way I can, and especially about bringing good information about what's going on here in the county. For more information about this story, go to ajc.com, click on county, click on Gwinnett, and you'll see the story there. But I think that's important. Now, here's what I want to say. Y'all know I talk about this all the time. It's really important that you find out about these companies and what they have to offer so you can prepare yourself when it's time for them to do the hiring, and you can make yourself favorable in the hiring process. And so the way to do that is to go look up the companies, reach out to these people, go to LinkedIn, find out who runs what, reach out to these people and say, hey, I want to know more about the projects. I want to know more about upcoming employment. I need to know what I need to do to prepare myself to be a candidate when you start hiring. 125,000 people over the next 30 years, that is a lot of people. That is a huge workforce injection. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is a real boost to our economy. But most of all, that is a lot of education to teach somebody. So you want to be on the forefront of all of that so you can benefit. And if you can't benefit, maybe your children can. But you want to help them be prepared. And the way to do that is to find out who's running these projects and how you can get involved. What training do you need? Get a jump on the training. That may be training you can get right now that you know, okay, they're going to be having something with water. Well, let me go over to the Heritage Center, where the water, not the Heritage Center, to the water plant. Let me go over there and see what I can learn right now. So when this big water tower center opens up, I'm there. I'm in there. And let me tell you something. I guarantee you the people over at the water plant right now know a lot about what's going to be happening at the water tower. And they probably know the people you need to talk to. Start talking to them now. Because this is going to open up next year. Yeah, this is not the research center. That may take a little bit of time, but this right here is about to open up. You want to be ready. I mean, 2022, not next year, 2022. So you got a year and a half to get your stuff right. You know what I really want to say, but I won't say that. But you got a year and a half to get it right. So go find out what you need to learn. So you can, when they open up the Water Innovation Center in 2022, you're ready for it. Go over to the water plant, find out who runs that, get all the information you need, be ready when they're ready. See, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So when the opportunity comes, you could just jump. Oh my God, I should have made that my closing statement. Stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. When the opportunity comes, you can just jump, baby. Jump. That's all I'm saying. I stay on the cutting edge of technology because I understand technology is never going away. The only thing it's doing is expanding. I'm speaking this Thursday for the Atlanta Black Chamber. And I'm speaking about technology. I'm speaking about artificial intelligence and how small businesses can utilize that technology to grow their business. A lot of people don't even know they can. They're so used to seeing social media marketing and Facebook ads and Instagram likes and all that kind of stuff. But there's other technologies that's coming down the pike. Well, they're already here. They're not coming in here. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know about it, and then they're afraid of it. You can't be afraid of technology. You have to embrace technology so you can move your business and your life forward, because it's here. When you can go in your kitchen and talk to your refrigerator and say, "Hey, order me a pizza from Domino's," that's technology. It's called artificial intelligence. It is here, and yes, you can do that. You can talk to the freaking washing machine. Yes, it's here. In your car, you can holler at Alexa. It's here. You have to embrace these things. They're not going anywhere. So, and you want to be, if you're trying to get a job, you want to be marketable. I tell anybody, do technology. My daughter does IT, and whenever she, I told y'all when before the pandemic hit, she was in IT. She does IT right now for an amazing company. She just got a box. They sent her a goodie box because she has to work from home. It's crazy. The company is amazing. I was like, I need to go work for that company. That company is the bomb. So she just came and was like, I got a goodie box. I said, what's it for? With sweatshirts and mugs and snack. They get a snack allowance because they're working from home. I'm telling y'all, IT, learn it, embrace it. Technology is not, and it pays good money. I'm just saying, it pays excellent money. So you might want to look. I'm a tech head. I love technology. I do. I just love it because I understand that it's not going anywhere, and people are constantly doing things to make our life easier. That's why you should learn something about technology. Technology, it pays a lot of money, and it gives you a lot of freedom, and it makes you marketable. Here's the thing: that space is not overcrowded. Technology, it'll never be overcrowded because technology is constantly changing. That's why I love it, and that's why I'm always studying it. So right now I'm on artificial intelligence, just so you know. That's what I'm doing. All right, so there were a lot of companies who changed their business plan when the COVID hit, right? There were companies who were making certain, I'll give you a prime example. There was a liquor company, I think in Lilburn, they were making liquor, and because they needed to pivot because everything was falling apart, they started making hand sanitizer. Well, there were a lot of companies like that. A lot of them. There were companies that were making clothing. They started making masks, right? So it was just a lot of stuff that hit. And so now they're saying, will it last for some of these people? Yeah. Will it last? Because they pivoted and they started making stuff like the, N95 mask and all these other kind of masks, and they changed their business. Now they want to know, and let me tell you something, the mask space is overcrowded. Like everybody is people are cutting up sheets at home and tearing up bras to make masks. My cousin, now here's the funny thing, she's been sewing her entire life that I can remember. She's my older cousin. Out of my mother's brothers, she's the oldest. I'm like probably number 4 down the line. And it's a bunch of us because it was 6 brothers and sisters. It was 8 of them, and I'm number 4 down the line. But my oldest cousin, she's been sewing like ever since I can remember. She made all my special gowns when I did things, and she made everybody prom dresses. And she started making masks, and I remember she used to always, like when I was old enough to do business, and she got me about 7 years, 6 years. When I was old enough to do business, she would come to me for business advice about her sewing. And so I would tell her, you're charging too little. Like you do a lot. I know her. She taught me how to sew. I don't like sewing to this day, but she taught me. And so I know all the work that goes into sewing something. I did sew for a while. My mother bought me a Kenmore sewing machine. I learned how to sew. But I don't like sewing. She loves sewing. And I would always say to her, you're not charging enough money. She also knows how to crochet. That takes even more time and effort. And I would say to her, you're not charging enough money. So now she is a businesswoman doing her thing, and she's killing it with the mask. She charged $25 a mask, and she sent my mom, and she doesn't charge my mom, but she sent my mom a mask, 2 masks the other day, and one of them has a zipper so she can drink out of a straw. It was cute. It was yellow. Y'all know I love yellow. Well, you probably don't know because you can't see me. I love yellow. I wear a lot of yellow. And And she sent my mom a yellow. I wanted that mask. I was like, I want that mask. One is yellow. Two, it has a zipper in it. I was like, I want that mask. But she's doing really well. A lot of companies are not doing well. They pivoted. They started making things that were for, to help them with the COVID virus, and now there's some people that are just not doing well. So there's a company, here, and they're saying, like many Georgia businesses, they wanted to have a short-term solution, and they wanted to offer an answer, and they did. But now they got to figure out what to do next. You know what I'm saying? Because one, their business is not bouncing back like they thought it was going to bounce back. So they pivoted. They started making things that, like reusable face masks for children's health care, things like that. So it's this right now we're in just a space where it's just a lot of uncertainty. And when it comes to small businesses, it's a whole lot of uncertainty. I had the opportunity, and I didn't tell you guys about this because I wasn't sure. This is one of those things I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do that. But there was an investor who wanted to open up a brewery here in Snellville, and they wanted me to head up the project. And when I tell you, it was tempting because I'm like, man, I had talked to John over at Slow Pour. I had read about Iron Shield. I'm like, oh my God, that would be amazing. And he had the money to fund me. He was ready. And I did my research. I did my homework. And I could have easily just went to go talk to those guys. But because I'm sure they would have helped me, because that's an industry. Craft brewing is an industry kind of like podcasting. You're embraced by the industry, right? Because you go up against the big guys, just like we do in podcasting. Like, we embrace each other, we help each other, we empower each other, because we know that the giants like Spotify and Apple, they're giants, and we're little peons, really, right? So we kind of embrace each other and support each other. The craft brewery industry is the same way. When I talked to John over at Slow Pour, that's what he said to me. He's like, we embrace each other. And I feel the same way about Iron Shield, because Iron Shield and Slow Pour, they're on the same block in Lawrenceville. It's crazy. Like, it's two of them, and they're down the street. They're literally like probably 100 yards away, if that much, on the same block. And it was very tempting. I did my research. I found the machinery. I did everything. I found the building. I did everything. And it didn't sit well in my spirit as the right opportunity for me. It didn't sit well. He was going to give me $300,000. I was excited about it. It was going to be a nano. It wasn't even going to be a microbrewery. It was going to be a nano brewery. But I did a marketing plan that would have really, the marketing plan was amazing, right? That's what sold him on it. He came to me. He came into some money, a lot of money. And then, so when you get a lot of money, then you meet other folks with a lot of money. So he had a lot of money, and then he knew people with a lot of money. So he said to me, money won't be an issue. That is the first time anybody has said that to me. Money won't be an issue. And I was like, wow, really? And he was willing to invest, and I was excited about it in the beginning. But then I realized, and after talking to my mom, my husband, and my daughter, my mom said, you like doing this right here? How you going to do that? And I was like, you're right. Because part of me was like, yeah, I'm going to do it from the brewery. Like, I'm going to podcast from the brewery, which I absolutely would have. It would have been a whole different podcast at night at the brewery. But I think for me, it was going to take away my freedom because I would have to be there running a brewery. I don't even drink beer. I don't even like the taste of beer, which is another crazy thing. And then John did tell me when I interviewed him, he said, listen, if you missed that interview, go back over to Good Morning Gwinnett. Look for John. I forgot his name. I want to say Andrews. I could be wrong, but the name of the company is Slow Pour Brewery. It was a good interview, and he was really cool. So go back and listen to that interview. But anyway, he told me there's a beer out there with my name on it. I haven't found it yet. I'm going to go to Slow Pour and look for it. But anyway, the opportunities are there, but sometimes you have to know when to say no to opportunities. And so I could have started making masks when everything hit because I know how to sew. But that's it. But even though I know what it helped people, it wasn't something I was going to be passionate about. So the mask probably would have been jacked up and looking horrible. And people were like, this is the ugliest mask. Give me my money back, because my heart was not in it. Just like my heart was not in the brewery. It was exciting for a second. Let me tell you what my heart is excited about. And I've never done this. And I think what stopped me from doing it was because Amazon came and killed all of the bookstores. I love bookstores. Like, I've always seen myself owning a bookstore. And that is something that I still see myself owning. But it has podcasting incorporated in it. Listen, when I tell you I love this industry, I do. I don't see me doing anything outside of this industry. Everything I do, every opportunity I look at, I have to figure out, I look at how can I incorporate podcasting into it. And the reason being is because I understand the power of podcasting. A lot of people still don't understand it either. And I try to do trainings to empower people so they understand these opportunities, but they haven't caught on yet. So everything I do, I try to figure out how to incorporate podcasting in there. Of course, if I had a bookstore, I would have a podcasting studio in there. I absolutely would. Matter of fact, it sounds good as I talk about it. I don't know if you heard this, but certain staples in certain parts of the country, they're putting in podcasting studios. Why? Because they understand the power of podcasting. And they know people want to come in and do a quick podcast, and they don't want to have to pay money to set up a studio and all that kind of stuff. And they don't want to rent out a space. So I'm almost positive they're going to rent that space out by the hour. And I thought that was genius. Like, who comes into an office store? Business people. Whether you're a business owner or you work for a business, that's who goes in the office stores. Parents, mothers. I was like, that is genius. So anyway, I done got off on a rant, y'all. That's my thing about, I love this industry. I love being an entrepreneur. I understand what it takes when you got to pivot. And some companies are They're scrambling right now. They're scrambling to figure out the next step because the mass space is a little overcrowded. It really is. But there's still some opportunity for growth in other areas. Like, there's a huge push, and there has been one for cleaning companies. They need this specialized cleaning. So restaurants had to open back up. They need a specialized cleaning. I got to tell y'all a quick story, and then I'm going to go to my last song and close it out. When my dad passed away, he lived in Vegas. And it's kind of a horrid story, but I got to tell you so you can understand something. When my dad passed away, he lived in Vegas. And before he had passed, probably about 5 or 10 years before he passed, he had a stroke. So he was paralyzed on one side. But he went to Vegas and he bought this beautiful house. And he was always cold. So if you don't know, a lot of people who have high blood pressure and kidney issues and have had a stroke, they are cold a lot. So he was always cold. And so when he passed away, my mom had called him. Now, my mom, in my heart, I feel like she still loved my dad, even though he had moved on and married and all that kind of stuff. And they talked. He talked to my mom more than he talked to me. He never talked to me. He always talked to my mom. But anyway, she had been calling him and he didn't answer the phone. I never forget this. It was a Monday night. I was watching CSI Miami, and he didn't answer the phone. So I would always call him and his wife when she was living, but she had passed away like 11 months earlier. And I was like, if you guys don't answer this phone, I'm going to send the police over there. And so they would call me back. But I did the same thing to him. He didn't call me back. So, of course, I called the police to send them out to do a wellness check. So for those of you who don't know, if there's somebody you're trying to reach and they're not answering you and they're not answering the phone, you can always call the police and say, hey, I need you to do a wellness check. And they will go out and check on that person. That's important to know because there may be somebody in your life that just won't answer the phone and you don't know if they're in distress or dead. And you can send the police out to do a wellness check. So I called the police. They went out to do a wellness check. They called me back. It was about 10:15 that Monday night. And that was May 2nd, 2006. I think it was 2006. And that's been a long time. That really has been a long time. But anyway, they called me back and they was like, we regret to inform you that your father had passed away. And I was like, wow, I was broken. And so I said to them, did he have the heat on in the house? And they were like, ma'am, not only did he have the heat on, now I say he lives in Vegas. Not only did he have the heat on in the house, he had a space heater at his feet. He had fell asleep on his chase lounge. He had a space heater turned on at his feet, and he had a heating blanket on his body. Now, and they don't know how long he had been in the house. So there was nothing left with my dad. Nothing. And so when we went to the house, they had to send out a special cleaning company. And my purpose for telling you this story is to let you know that they had to send out a special cleaning company just to clean his house so we can go in there. And where he had passed away, they had taken a chair. And they had they taken the chair? I don't think they had taken the chair yet. They hadn't sent out the company yet. They gave us the keys to get into the house. They hadn't taken the chair yet, and where he lay was under the chair was carpet, and on the carpet was all the body fluids that were on the rug. So we stayed in there. I stayed in there for like a minute. I don't even think it might have been 30 seconds. Like, yeah, I'm not going in there. But anyway, they sent out this special cleaning company to do that cleaning, and I forgot, it was some kind of cleaning task force, and they told me in Vegas they have to have those because people come to Vegas and lose all their money, and then they jump off the freaking what is that thing? Oh God, that tall building in the stratosphere. I'm like, so I thought the guy was playing. He's like, no, I'm not playing. I said, well, how come we never hear about that? They said, you heard about that, nobody will come to Vegas. Okay, again, they keep it a secret. So I shared that crazy story with you to just say there have been opportunities in the cleaning sector because of COVID-19. And so those opportunities are there. I don't think they're going anywhere because now they've built relationships with the cleaning company. And so I think those projects are going to stay. I feel like the mask space is kind of overcrowded, especially the handmade mask and the paper mask and all that I think that's a little overcrowded. Anyway, I'm done with that. I'm going to my last song, and I'll be back to close it out. Stay tuned.
I've been feeling emotional, thinking about you, babe. What can we focus on? What we should do? Tell me the truth, 'cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king-size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time, you're always on my mind. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I've been feeling delusional, thinking about us, babe. Your body's so beautiful. All I want is your love, can't get enough. 'Cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king-size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time, you're always on my mind. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. And thank you so much for bearing with me in my erratic state today because I was frazzled. I really was because I was rushing. And you know, when you rush, you are normally frazzled. I'm so happy that the technology worked out for me because normally when I'm frazzled like that, technology doesn't work out in my favor. Like everything goes wrong. But today, I think everything went good today because even though I was a little frazzled and I was rushing, I was in good spirits. Like, I feel amazing. I can't really explain it. I just do. Maybe because I got a new vision for my show and my company. You know, Noise Media is my company. Good Morning Gwinnett is one of the brands under the company. And I have several. I have Noisemaker TV under there. I have the Impact Marketing Podcast under there. I have a new podcast that I'm launching pretty soon called Global Conversations. So there's a lot of brands up on the Noise Media, and I'm excited about the company. But I think Good Morning Gwinnett makes me the most excited. And just because I envision, and it's so crazy, and I say this all the time, but I envision a building with Good Morning Gwinnett on the side. And that's what I'll be doing. Like, I feel like it's going to break away from noise, and that's what I'll be doing probably for the rest of my life. And that's what I envision. I see the building. I see the people. I see the logo on the building. I see the studios where we do the show, because it's going to be video too eventually. Like, that was my goal when I moved into Paradigm Work Hub, was to have video as well. But of course, the pandemic hit, and I don't think it was time yet, because I don't think my vision was completely flushed out. I was leaning towards producing podcasts with people, and instead of just really building out this show. Because when I moved into Paradigm Work Hub, which is a co-working space in Decula, it was more about podcast training, podcast producing, and things like that. And I feel like now that didn't work out the way it was that I thought it should, because my goal really in my mind was to build out Good Morning Gwinnett. And so I see that building when I close my eyes, with Good Morning Gwinnett on the outside. Is downtown Lawrenceville. It's in a downtown area. In my mind, it's in Lawrenceville. And listen, it may not be downtown Lawrenceville. It may be downtown Duluth. I don't know. But I feel like I'll be in the mix with everything else. Like, it won't be some standalone inside of a building kind of building. It's going to be a big build. It's going to be a spot right in the middle of everything, where I'm a part of the community, downtown community. So I'm excited about that vision. I'm looking forward to bringing that to fruition. And I thank you for always listening in and supporting the show, and bearing with me when when my words are strained and I'm frazzled and I'm all over the place. So I thank you, and I love you for that. If you miss any episode of the show, just check it out. But before I go, let me give you my word of inspiration for the day. And this is a good one, y'all. A beautiful new chapter is about to unfold in your story, in your life story. Oh, let me say that again. That's the second time that is said to me today. A beautiful new chapter is about to unfold in your life story. So I journal or I script daily, and I did that today. And I also read, inspirational stuff. I read a Joel Osteen sent me this 30 days of something. And it's been in my purse, one of my purses. And I rarely carry a purse. But I carried my purse this morning because I'm trying to read a book a week. And so I need to take this book with me, and I need to take a notebook. I need to do my journal because I left out so early. And that little booklet was in my purse. And it says something very similar to this. And it's so funny. All I need to see now is a butterfly. And I'm going to freak out because butterflies are my signs of doing well. And so here's the thing. I think you have to be open for new things and new chapters in your life. You have to be open for that. I'm so open right now. I feel like my awareness and my spirit is so open for all the great things that are about to come. And I feel like that's why they're happening so fast. Now, don't get me wrong. My life has been amazing. But I feel like there's so much more that I have to accomplish and I want to accomplish. But I feel like you have to be open for that. You have to open your mind. You have to open up your heart for those things. You have to open up your spirit. You have to share with people that you trust. Some people won't share anything with anybody. They try to do everything by themselves. And trust me, you cannot grow that way. You want to share because you want people to cheer you on. You want that good energy around you. Now, here's the thing. If you're putting out bad energy, nobody's going to give you good energy because you're putting out bad energy, so you're going to attract bad energy. So when you start to think about new chapters in your life and you want them to open for the good, you got to be open for the good. New chapters can be good and bad. I'm all open for good chapters, right? So the new chapters that are about to open them up in yourself for good, though. Think about the things you want. I just told you my vision for Good Morning Gwinnett on the building downtown somewhere in Georgia, and preferably, hopefully it's in Gwinnett, downtown Lawrenceville, but it may not be. But it's going to be downtown, and I'm going to be sitting up there, and I'm going to do that show, and it's going to be wonderful. I see it just like I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I'm open for it. So A beautiful new chapter is about to open and unfold in your life story. And congratulations on that. All right, so listen, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. on time. On time, unless God has another plan for me. But my intention is to be on time, ready to rock with you tomorrow. I thank you so much for listening. You could be anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 55 minutes with me. And I appreciate you so very much for that. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Be sure to download the app from the App Store. You can download it and never miss an episode because it's going to be on your phone. We know that apps are always on our phone. Also, listen, I told you guys I'm going to be speaking on a webinar on Thursday for the Atlanta Black Chamber. Go to atlantablackchamber.org to find out more information about that. It's going to be an amazing training. I'm going to be talking about voice marketing and why it's important to business owners to leverage this technology to help you grow your business. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. All right, so that's all I got for you. Thank you again for listening. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. Keep your mask on. And until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.